धन्यवाद प्रमुख अतिथिज्यूलाई। अब हामी लगभग प्रोग्रामको अन्तिमतिर आइपुगेका छौँ। म यस सभाका सभापति शरण नायक परम पूजनीय श्री चिनराज रिम्पोछेज्यूलाई यस पुस्तकको र भिक्षु म्याथ्युरीका टन्जो तेन्जिनको बारेमा मन्तव्यसहित आफ्नो वचनहरू राखिदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु।
With in mind that in order to preserve the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, or we can call it Himalayan Buddhist tradition, since all the Himalaya from East Nepal to Bhutan, Ladakh, all of us share the same culture and same tradition. So therefore, Khyentse Rinpoche wanted to build this monastic institute in order to continue the Buddhist tradition. So, like Rinpoche's wish, just now we have 470 students presently studying in this monastery from Mogom, from Sorokhongpu, from all the Himalaya region, Tolpo and all the Manas, and also many Tamangs and Gurungs as well. So I'm very happy that finally my brother Matthew's book being translated in Nepali. In general level, I think with this book, as many of the scholars mentioned, it gives clear picture to the Western world or rest of the world about the Buddhist tradition and what is the meaning behind. And we do have lots of Western tourists visit Nepal and visit Himalaya mountains, but during their short visit, maybe they don't get the full picture of what's behind all the rituals, ceremonies, and sometimes people also misunderstand some of the rituals because we have Lama dance and blood full face deities, so sometimes people can misunderstand like a black magic also. So I think with this book, it gives more detail of what actually Buddhist philosophy behind all this ceremony ritual. And then also I'm very happy that I know Matthew since I was 7 years old, and now almost 37 years been together. And Matthew not only translated this book intellectually, but himself very much a perfect monk, perfect practitioner, a good Buddhist. So not only what he writes in the book, but he himself implements them. I remember when we were together with Khyentse for almost 20 years, Matthew was sleeping on the floor next to the Guruji, and every morning he would offer the medicines and serve Guruji, and every time Khyentse Rinpoche gave teaching, he would run with a very, very broken tape recorder, a very, very funky tape recorder. Of course, we don't have those high-tech recording machines, and it took so much effort writing down, putting notes, and then whenever he gets time, he would take photos of Khyentse Rinpoche, and sometimes it's a little bit annoying. In the middle of the puja, he would run around with the camera, and we said, "Stop it, it's enough." But now, thanks to him, that we have all these wonderful pictures and all the Khyentse Rinpoche's teachings recorded in the tape, and now we put in the CD. So someone like Khyentse Rinpoche is like, we can say, like a treasure of all the Himalayan tradition, all the teachings. He had kept all these things in him that Matthew managed to, like put in tape and record it and write down. So one of the result also this kind of book. And once I was in MIT, quite often I tell to the student monks here that when I was in MIT, Massachusetts Institute, Boston, there was a big conference about science and mind and life, and I was among the audience, and there were 800 scientists and lots of very, very world famous scientists up there. And up in the screen, there are all the famous university names, Oxford University, and like Harvard University. And at the end it says, Shechen Monastery, Kathmandu, Matthew Ricard. And I was very, very proud. So I was telling young monks, don't think our tradition, our culture is just some kind of a local language or local tradition. If you really put your effort and study hard enough, you can, sit with any great scholar in the world, and face to face, you can actually talk with them. So don't feel discouraged. So, like in personal level, I think this book not only helps Buddha Dharma, but also promotes Nepal, Himalayan tradition. So when Westerners come to this country and see these monasteries and Himalayan cultures, they see what's behind all this culture. And then small personal level, I feel very grateful this book came out, because when Matthew got this famous telephone call, and that time Khyentse Rinpoche already passed away. When Khyentse Rinpoche was alive, we were very busy in the monastery. So many people come to see Rinpoche, and Matthew has to run around, do everything, help Rinpoche. We were so busy. So that time Khyentse Rinpoche passed away, and then we don't have much to do. We decided to practice, and everything sort of slowed down in monastery. So Matthew got this telephone call, and he came to me saying, I don't want to waste 10 days doing dialogue with my father. What do you think? I should say no. Then I said, no, Matthew, this maybe is a good opportunity. So go and do it. So there's a small mind there. That time I could have told him, yeah, it's right, stop it, don't do it, then maybe that this book will never go. So I feel very proud that there's a small mind contribution to this book. So I'm very happy that you translate finally came into Nepali. So of course, many of the scholars mentioned there's lots of interesting Buddhist philosophies and all that. But then there happened to be a little bit about Tibet issues and all that, because I think, like Matthew mentioned, because this is a dialogue, so when Father asks a question, so he has to reply on this matter. Besides that, we are not really like political activists, and we don't do those things. But when there was a dialogue, so Father asked, and he had to reply from his knowledge and from his point of view. So that's how happened in this book. But we are not really trying to promote politics or anything like that. So thank you very much, and I'm very happy. And in the future, I wish many of the scholars can come and give lectures to our students. And we already have some of the Theravada monks actually come in this monastery and give a shamatha meditation.